Henry Smith.
Madam Deputy Speaker, thank you very much for calling me to speak in this debate on the NHS long-term plan. I have the privilege of being the chair of the All-Party Parliamentary Group on Heart and Circulatory Disease, which I took over the chairing of last year, and I was very pleased to set up in 2016 the All-Party Parliamentary Group on blood cancer, and I'd like to briefly speak on both of those in turn. With regard to blood cancer, there are over 130 types of blood cancer, each with their own unique symptoms, treatments and side effects. It is the fifth most common cancer in the UK and sadly the third biggest cancer killer, with around 40,000 people diagnosed with blood cancer each year. And its rate of affecting people is far greater than breast cancer or prostate cancer combined. Indeed, 1 in 19 people will be diagnosed with a blood cancer in their lifetimes, and there are around 240,000 people currently living with blood cancer in the UK. The NHS long-term plan sets out a number of areas that affects blood cancer. On early diagnosis, the ambition is to have 75% of all cancers diagnosed by stage 1 or stage 2 by 2028, and that is welcomed as many blood cancers are very difficult to diagnose at an early stage. A recent parliamentary answer from my honourable friend, the member for Winchester, to my honourable to the honourable member, the member for Scunthorpe, stated that there are 17 cancer sites for which no staging system exists, and 67 cancer sites which are unstageable. Some blood cancers fall into these categories, and I'd be grateful for clarification and assurances that these will be addressed. Again, very briefly, turning to heart disease. Heart and circulatory disease still causes a quarter of all deaths in the UK, on average killing one person every 3 minutes or 420 people each day. The number of people living with heart and circulatory diseases also remains high at 5.9 million people across England, and there are over 42,000 premature deaths from cardiovascular disease each year in the UK. The NHS long-term plan, I'm delighted to see, has renewed focus on prevention and early detection of the risk factors of heart and circulatory diseases. 4 in 10 adults with high blood pressure remain undiagnosed, and among those who have been diagnosed, it's estimated that 1 in 5 are not being optimally treated. By identifying more people who have these conditions, we can help manage their risk and save more money and, of course, crucially, lives. I welcome the work that the voluntary sector does in supporting the NHS, and I'm grateful to the government for investing £20.5 billion more each year for the next 5 years into this much important service.